What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Saigo no Double October. And we're going to open up this year with something that, well, I've been wanting to do for a very long time. It took me literally until about a year and a half ago, I think, roughly, to get this one. And it is the Figurize Bust, portrait number 007. So it's actually James Bond. And it is the Setsuna F. Seiei bust. I have wanted this for so ridiculously long. Like, I couldn't even tell you. It's, I should have picked it up way back in the day when it was brand new. But I let it slide, and randomly, it came available. I believe I got it from Gundam Planet. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did. It's been a while since I got it. And, yeah, it's always been, a goal, a grail, as it were. So here we have Setsuna looking pretty good. Though I think is that movie Setsuna? No, well, it might be. Almost looks like movie Setsuna. And then, of course, you have an image of the thing there. Says Setsuna F. Seiei. It's got a bunch of stuff in Japanese, including Bandai 2016. God, that seems like so long ago. Got a red Bandai logo. That's how you know it's old. It's got the red Bandai logo. We do have the orbital ring going on there. You got the 00 right there. If you come to this side, you get a nice image of Setsuna there. Actually, no, it might not be the movie. And a whole bunch of stuff in Japanese, but I can't read it because I'm not in Japanese. And then, of course, it shows you here how you can connect it there. This looks to be the MG00 riser. And, of course, you got polystyrene. You got a toilet, some form of warning, and I think that's for ages 15 plus. Hey, right in the middle of that. And look, it's so old. We do have the yen cost, which is about 1,200 yen, about 12-ish dollars. I probably paid close to that. Who knows? If you come down to the bottom there, you've got Setsuna F. Seiei. Nice little imagery. He's actually kind of checking you out, like, hey. And come over here, and you can't really see much of anything because, well, they slapped all these warnings on here. This is a model kit. Yeah, I know. Layered stuff. Actually, one thing that's interesting, this is when they first started playing with the Figurize stuff and multi-layer injection runners, which was insane to see that both the face and the eyes are multicolor injection. Like, the eyebrows are not painted on, they're not tampoed on, they're injected in. That's insane. The eyes, every bit of the eyes is injected in a certain order. And then you got detail work there. You got Setsuna F. Seiei up here, and that's it for the box. It's a bust, been a holy grail of mine, still upside down, even on Double October all these years later. Now, I do have a time lapse for this, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so here is the Setsuna bust, and I'm going to put it on a turntable real quick while I talk about it. So, it was actually a fairly simple build. However, there was a whole thing about the stickers around the neckline. And I'm going to guess because these stickers were so old and they were kind of those weird, like, Tetra, like, semi-clear stickers. I forget what they're called exactly. They were kind of a pain and realistically didn't stay on. So the entire like white collar area here has all been not hand painted, but spray painted on and masked. And the layering of this thing is actually really good. I will say, because of this being made of action based material, it's it's pretty prone to nub marks. So that would take a lot more sanding than I had in mind. The other thing I did not seam line it, but I did glue the seams together, especially on the arms, just because there would be a decent seam there. I also tried to glue the hair together to a degree because the way it's layered is really kind of annoying, if I'm going to be honest with you. And part of it didn't want to fit to where I had to kind of cram some stuff together. So it looks pretty good otherwise. So let's get it off of the turntable and take a little bit of a closer look at him. All right, so there's the Setsuna bust. I'm going to take him off the base here. So you do have this whole base here. You got the little plug, goes right into the bottom, right down there. If you're so inclined, nice like plaque there. Looks really good, a little smudgy. So that's my bad. And that's what I was talking about with the nub marks are really bad. So the color separation is obviously supposed to be really good on this, with the exception of, say, the white collar and these stripes here. Now, had I planned ahead enough, I would have just masked off and painted those as well. But instead, I used the stickers. I did panel line it. Looks pretty good. The head is movable, so it is actually, rotatable. It's on a ball joint. You can't do a whole lot. Like, his hair does limit his actual movement. But you can turn the head. The neck should turn a little bit. Let's see here. You can really check out the eyes. Let me zoom in. Come on. And that's insane. That's not paint. That's not stickers. That's injected plastic. Different types and different colors of plastic layered in their injection. Same thing for the kind of eyelashes and eyebrows on the head. And I didn't bother panel lining the mouth, but I probably should have. And one thing you can see here, I'm going to pull the head off, honestly, so you can see. This sticker around the top of the collar here is really gross and barely holding on. That's a really bad one too. But you can see here, this whole collar piece, this darker blue piece, can come out. That's how I painted it. Masking isn't perfect, but it's good enough for what it is, if we're honest. And it does look good. I didn't quite clean up my panel line marker back here. My bad, I was in a hurry. I just like the way this is, put together. And like I said, you can see the base of the neck. Oh, sorry, the neck itself doesn't turn. That's right. That just plugs in like that. And then, you know what? I'll leave it off the head here. So you can see the hair. It is layered ridiculously. So one mistake I made, and you gotta be careful if you do this too, this one little tendril here is kind of off on its own. So when you go to cut this piece off, be careful or you're gonna end up like me and accidentally cutting it off. So I glued this entire section together. And you can see there are some hard seam lines, obviously. I mean, if you take the time to really kind of squish it together and glue every single piece in place, you'll probably come out pretty good. His hair is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that just the whole anime hair thing is ridiculous. But it looks pretty good. The hardest piece actually was the very first couple pieces back here on the back of the neck to get to fit in place. They just didn't want to go. It didn't want to fit. Now, once again, very old, so it's possible there's a little bit of warpage, you know, so that it's not 100% perfect. So one thing that is neat about the base, not only do you get this little piece here, you get this piece underneath so that you can actually attach this to an action base, or 2 or 3. That's kind of a joke. Catch my drift. So I am going to attempt to do that. You'll see why I say attempt. Oop. actually, before I go into the major thing I wanted to do, I wanted to bring this in. So you can utilize a small square piece, I believe. Yes, so you can just attach that like so, and you don't need the adapter. Also, if you're so inclined, you can pull the plug out and just transfer it over to the actual action base so that you can just have a Setsuna just looking like he sunk into the mud, essentially. Put that back over there. Come on, get on your base. Get on your base, Setsuna. Okay, so that is what I was attempting to do. And I have Exia Double O Riser, sort of, and Quanta Full Saber, sort of, all on a triple action base, which is scary. I'm going to tell you that right now, because none of their crotch pegs want to fit on properly. But that's not why we're here. We're here to attach Setsuna to the base. So I've already put the little adapter right there because I was not going to attempt to do that on camera. And what we'll do here, because it just fits pretty much along there. I think I got that right. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be back a little. Got it. It's a joiner, just like the other pieces do. Okay, I understand now. Now, actually getting it to do it is the hard part. There we go. So we put the Setsuna base on, and now we have, well, way too zoomed in, Setsuna with his mobile suits, minus of course the GNX custom, that, not GNX custom, the flag custom that we will never get, unfortunately. Oy. So that's the kind of display we're looking for. Although that's not how I would display it in the future. Realistically, I'd rather do a different type of base to make it work here. But, you know, this is just how I got it to go. And by the way, incredibly stressful. The members will see it in the Double October diaries. And you guys will get to see it later when the diaries drop for everybody. So, either way, Setsuna Bust finally part of the Shoki collection. And it looks awesome. The hair is a little bit of a pain. Wish I'd painted the chest parts, but now I have it all kind of glued together. Can't really do anything about that. But I'll live with it. I like that it adapts to at least the old school action bases. I don't know. I don't believe it will adapt to the new ones, like this guy. I don't believe it will adapt to this, but it's possible. Maybe not. But, you know, once again, they weren't exactly planning for the new bases way back then, whereas these action bases have been around for quite some time. So, either way, guys, that's how we're going to kick off Double October this year with Setsuna and all of his ridiculous mobile suits, as you do. Guys, that's it for this one. Make sure you give me a big old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you are new here, and of course, if you're bored waiting for the new stuff to come out, by all means, go watch some old Double October. There's plenty to do, trust me. But I will see you guys on the next one. As always, keep on building. And he is Gundam. It should have it like I am Gundam, like scratch across the back. That's what it means.